What's going on, family? Scrapbook Boxing, Museum of the Forgotten Fisticuffs series. I want to talk about a fighter by the name of Paul Cavalier. And that's a special moment for me because Paul Cavalier was my trainer. He has quite some story. You see, 46 years in the boxing business as a fighter, judge, and referee. Born June 16, 1904, Paterson, New Jersey. Died July 20th, 1993. He was 89 years of age at the time of his death. And he would reside in Paterson, New Jersey. 6-foot heavyweight. He had a fighting record of 44 wins, 6 losses, 14 knockouts. Now, you have records saying he had 115 fights, 111 wins, and 3 losses and 1 draw. So I'm going to dismiss his record at this moment. Just going to go through his fights. Now, Paul had a brother by the name of Art. Art Cavalier was something else. And Ace Murata. They were all in Lenny Shaw's boxing gym. And they taught me a lot in that gym. Ace Murata wound up becoming a cut man for main events. And Paul would sit there and he would watch the fighters on the heavy bag, make the corrections. Art was the guy who was actually conducting the gym at that time. I have so much respect for all of them guys, Art and Paul, because they really gave me a perspective. Paul used to sit me down and talk to me about Tiger Flowers. He always liked to talk about Tiger Flowers and Sam Langford, Harry Wills. Spoke about Jack Dempsey, Harry Smith. See, he knew all of them guys. And Paul Cavalier sparred with some of the greatest fighters in boxing history. He was a master boxer. He learned his skills while sparring with Gene Tunney, Joe Louis, Jersey Joe Walcott, Jack Sharkey, Max Baer, Jack Delaney, Mickey Walker, Primo Carnera. Phenomenal pedigree Paul Cavalier has. And Lenny Shaw's boxing gym was located in Totowa, New Jersey, right off of Totowa Avenue. Ice World was not too far. And Paul Cavalier would referee and he would actually be a judge at Ice World when his boxing career was over. He was introduced into the New Jersey Boxing Hall of Fame, September 12, 1971. It's after his retirement from boxing. February 5th, 1936. Became a top main event referee, starting with local bouts in Paterson, New Jersey, and across New Jersey. He was honored at a dinner, October 5th, 1973. He had 700 in the audience, and he was very humble. He had Mickey Walker and Jack Sharkey and Jimmy Braddock in the audience saluting him, which was well-deserved. He had referee fights with Tony Zale, Rocky Graziano, third fight, June 10th, 1948. Ray Robinson and Charlie Fusari, August 9th, 1950. It was at the Roosevelt Stadium, Jersey City. Referee Marcel Sedan, Tony Zale, title switch hands. September 21st, 1948, Roosevelt Stadium, Jersey City, New Jersey. His first fight that he refereed was Tippy Larkin versus Jackie Stewart. Passaic, New Jersey, February 10th, 1938. Larkin scored a 6-round technical knockout. And his last fight that he refereed was Harley Mims versus Joe Louis Arbor, May 13th, 1964. 6-round technical knockout against Holy Mims. See, Paul Cavalier refereed 268 bouts from 1938 to 1964. That's very impressive. Began boxing on a Tuesday night, March 9th, 1922, against Jack Eggers. Paul won a fourth-round newspaper decision, Passaic, New Jersey. 9 minutes. And he started dominating the rest of the fight. He would get a newspaper decision. Next 15 bouts he had. 1 loss, 1 draw, 13 wins. He had 2 losses in 1926. 1 10-round victory, 1 loss, 1927 and 1928. May 27th, 1927, he won a newspaper decision over future heavyweight champion, Jimmy Braddock. And this was for the State Light Heavyweight Championship of New Jersey. Very impressive. That was Jimmy Braddock's first loss. And it came at the hands of Paul Cavalier. He'd be in the ring with Al Friedman. 1 win, 1 loss. Laurel Gardens, Newark, New Jersey. And he fought him in Paterson, New Jersey. Now, Paul has stopped Chuck Wepner's dad. May 15th, 1931, Madison Square Garden. He'd be in the ring with two-ton Tony Galento, defeated him and won the State Heavyweight Championship, New Jersey. And what's interesting is Tony Galento won $750. That was his purse. And he would lose that fight to Paul Cavalier. He would wind up getting a title shot, 1939, with Joe Louis, Bum the Month Club. Paul Cavalier never got that shot. He would fight Roy Laser, Jewish heavyweight. Phil Johnson, father of Harold Johnson. 1 win, 1 draw. Al Gaynor. Mickey Avoid and Larry Johnson. 1 win, 1 loss. You see, Paul Cavalier's last fight that he judged was against Chuck Wepner. Gardenville heavyweight belt. Title was on the line. Against Scott Frank. And Paul gave Scott Frank 11-1. Unanimous. That was the last fight that he would judge. But he kept coming back to the gym, Lenny Shores. And I couldn't be more honored to say that I knew Paul Cavalier. Like I said, he trained me, and what I got out of Paul mostly was the history of boxing. He told me some insights, man, I tell you. And Gene Tunney, you can read where he says that Paul Cavalier was a machine. Paul used to rotate his hands around. He would move around in a circle. He would jab, continue to rotate his hands in a circular motion, move his head from side to side. He would bounce around, like Benny Leonard. You see, Gene Tunney was a spar mate and a gym mate of Benny Leonard. And I believe that's what Paul picked a lot of that up from. But I want to salute Paul Cavalier, New Jersey's finest. Outstanding humanitarian, one hell of a fighter. Scrapbook Boxing. Museum of the Forgotten Fisticuffs series. All great fights and all great fighters will never be forgotten on my channel. Salute to Paul Cavalier. R.I.P. to his brother, Art Cavalier. This Scrapbook Boxing. Salute.